Yeah, like...
You're gonna have to edit that out and get canceled.
Welcome back to another episode of Neosouled Radio. Today we have a very special guest, a rising singer, songwriter. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Vanessa Vindell. I am an up-and-coming artist based out of the Bay Area, and I'm excited to be here.
And thank you so much. We're very excited to be graced with your presence.
Thank you.
So to start off, can you just run us through a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been making music?
Yeah. So basically, my name is Vanessa. I'm 23. I'm from San Jose, so like 45 minutes south from here. I started making music, seriously making music, probably about a year ago.
Oh, really?
I would say about a year ago. I always like to sing. Music has always been like a passion of mine, and like it's always just been like a part of who I am. But I didn't really like record or like think I could like actually be a musician until like about a year ago.
And what led to this shift in your thinking?
So I made my first song freshman year in the dorms.
Really?
Over there at school, at State. And then I took a break, and then I got back into it when I was like on Jesse Reyes's live. And what, like in 2020 or something like that? And I sang like an original song.
Oh, she put you on the live.
She put me on the live,
okay.
yeah. And people like wanted the song that I wrote. So I was like, oh shit, like let me actually record it and like put it out. So I recorded, I put it out. And then like ever since that, I kind of like would just write and like produce. I like learned how to produce and like record myself. And then like a year ago, I started really taking it serious and like actually getting it like professionally engineered and recorded and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow, I mean that's very shocking to hear that you just started really pushing your music because it sounds so professional. You have such an amazing voice.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you were always aware that you had this voice, but I commend you for putting yourself out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you.
Do you ever feel kind of shocked looking at how far you've come in such a quick time?
Oh yeah. Definitely. I think an important part of making music and definitely like coming from the ground is like reflecting back, because you'll get like, you know, you won't have motivation sometimes because you'll be like, man, like it's not working, what do I do? But looking back, like, yes, I'm definitely shocked. I didn't start doing shows and all collaborating like this just until this year.
Oh, really?
So like in February, I started like really doing shows and stuff like that because it kind of started snowballing a little bit. But yeah, definitely still shocked. Definitely. Like a year ago today, I was not doing this. So you know what I mean?
Right. And I know that you recently starred in your first music video.
I did.
For Right Now. Right?
Yes, for Right Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was alongside Aldin and Brevin Rowand.
Brevin Rowand and Aldin, yep.
So can you just run me through, you know, what the experience was like for you filming your first music video and how Frvr came to be?
Yeah. Basically, that music video was for a song we recorded in LA. The first time we all ever went out there. So back in like March. And we made that song in like a studio over there in Los Angeles, and even that was like surreal to me because I never really thought I'd be recording like in LA, you know what I mean? So we came back home with the song, and we were like, we need a video for this song because this is kind of a good song, like it's a catchy little summer song. So basically they were telling me like, we're gonna shoot a video, like we're gonna, you know, get it filmed like professionally, and I was like, okay. I didn't really know what to expect though because I'd never been on a set. So when I go, this guy Thomas King, he's actually an amazing videographer. He's from San Jose as well. He's based out of the Bay Area. He brings these like lights, and he just like transforms like the backyard that we were making the video into like a set, like a set with these lights. And basically all that video was just like his professional lighting and his camera work. Like, you know what I mean? Like there was these big like if you see a movie set, like how they have those big old like lights, like that's what it looked like.
Like, were you sweating from these lights?
I wasn't sweating. Thank God I wasn't sweating. But it was really cool because like you had like this bright light shine on you, and he's a really good creative director. So he was telling us like what to do, like there were like these gates, and he was like, okay, when we start the video, we're gonna open the gates to you guys, and you guys are gonna be right there. So we did that, and we did a couple takes of everything, and he edited it and put it together, and yeah, that was the first video.
Well, I'm sure that you are very inspired, and there's going to be a lot more videos coming down the pipeline.
Yes.
Can you let us know what your inspirations are visually and sonically?
Oof, visually. I take inspiration visually, I think, from a lot of things, which makes it kind of hard because I'm still kind of trying to find my visual aesthetic that I want to portray or like emit or be. But right now I'm really into like the Y2K, kind of like futuristic though.
Okay.
I don't know if you know like Charlie XCX.
Yeah, I know Charlie XCX.
Yeah, like I love her look because it's like Y2K, but it's like futuristic. So I'm really into that, kind of like Matrix vibes. Visually, I'm really into that, but you know, it's always changing. And then sonically, oh, there's so many. I literally cannot.
Do you have like? Can you give us like your top 5 dream collaborations like right
dream
now?
Collaborations right now? Damn, let me think. Ari Lennox. Ari Lennox. Ray, this UK singer called Ray. I really look up to her. Neomza, she's another smaller artist. Charlie XCX.
Of course.
I really like Sir, Lucky Day, all these like R&B, the R&B wave artists. Also Dua Lipa too, because I like pop music.
Okay.
Meg the Stallion, City Girls. No.
I was actually going to ask you, what genre would you say that your music fits into, if any?
Yeah, I mean, damn, that's a really hard question. The music I'm putting out right now, definitely R&B. Definitely R&B, like modern R&B pop, but I have a lot of pop music that I've recorded, and I want to make more so along the lines of like, I don't know, do you know Kalila?
Yeah.
Kalila.
I think we both said it wrong, but yes.
Yeah, Kalila.
I actually got to see Kalila at
oh my God,
in Oakland at the New Parish.
You saw her
back
when?
in 2018, right before she disappeared. Like, bruh, I don't know where she's at now, but it was in like 2018, I want to say, and I think that was the first concert that I ever went to.
Oh,
like,
really?
As an adult, you know what I mean?
I love her. I love her sound because it's like electronic R&B. So I think that's kind of what I want to get into more of, just like electronic R&B, not so much like instrumentational.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Even though I love it and I would still do it, but I don't know. I really like electronic.
Yeah, you want to be on your Kalila.
My Kalila. Solange does.
I was going to say Solange.
Yeah, Solange did a little bit of it.
Yeah, but Solange dabbles in everything too. So.
True. Yeah, I want to dabble in everything, I think, really. I don't want to be like constricted because I love music. Like, I love everything about music, you know?
Did you have a lot of music in the house growing up?
I mean, yeah, my mom is like a pretty avid listener of music.
I know. Didn't you say she likes Doja Cat?
My mom loves Doja Cat. Yeah, we went to go see Doja Cat together.
Okay.
Yeah, growing up though, she played everything from like Sade, Aaliyah, to like Spanish, like Marc Anthony, Carlos Vives. You know what I mean? So she played like a wide range, and then my dad would play like Green Day or like the Zombies, Bob Marley.
Oh, sorry, not to interrupt, but did you get to go to Outside Lands? Because
I didn't go this year. I know. I went last year.
Oh, word. Okay.
My roommate, or my old roommate, my friend Ashley, she got me in for one day last year. It was pretty fun.
And I'm thinking like the next time you go, you'll probably be performing at this rate.
Hey, you know what? Let's manifest. Let's manifest.
Yes, all the blessings that coming forth.
Yeah.
You know, but I know that you touched on the genre of R&B.
Yes.
Have you been keeping up with the versus battles?
Oof, I saw. Okay, so I know people were talking about the most recent one, right?
The Omarion versus Mario.
Was it Omarion versus Mario? Wasn't it like 3 of them and they were bad?
I want to say that it was Omarion versus Mario, and there were definitely like Ray J was there.
Yes, I saw a snippet. I forgot who it was, but they were not.
Yeah.
They did not sound, like they did on the. Was it Ray J or Omarion?
I think it was Ray J that sounded a mess, and also Omarion. I guess the gag is that Omarion was never a good singer. like he was just in B2K and he was the face.
Really?
But he never could sing. I'm like, damn, I never would have thought.
You never would have thought. Omarion can't sing.
Man. But anyway, as I was saying, so the versus battle, that recent one especially, got a very, very bad response. And it's adding on to growing sentiments that the genre of R&B itself is dying.
Oh, I've been seeing.
How do you feel about that notion? And in what way do you feel like your music contributes to the genre?
Okay. I don't think R&B is dying necessarily per se. It's just like times change. You know what I mean? The way people make music changes. The way people perceive music changes. You know what I mean? I don't think it's necessarily dying. I feel like it's more so just like evolving. You know what I mean?
Transforming.
It's transforming. Yeah. Like who knows? Like, you think pop music that we hear today was the same when it came out?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. No, but they still classify it as pop music, right? It's just popular music. It's definitely different. R&B now is definitely different, but there's still people that I think make like what R&B started out as, you know, like that slow, the soul, right? Even though it's not as popular now, you know, you can still make it, right?
Right. And I mean, Ari Lennox definitely comes to mind.
Love Ari Lennox.
And when you mentioned her earlier, I was going to say, I don't know if you've checked out her recent album that she just dropped, but for a while she's been complaining about what she's been going through in the industry,
right?
And even saying that she wants to be dropped by her label. And this is pretty shocking considering how successful she is, you know, as an artist. And it makes me think about how SZA, who I recently just saw at Outside Lands. Oh, yes, she is amazing. But my point is, SZA also is in this battle for her second album to come out. Yeah. And it's been like 5 years at this point. There's all these different stories, but we know she's very successful. And then I don't know if you heard about Summer Walker. She recently announced that she actually wanted to film more music videos for her latest album, but she couldn't due to lack of funds, which I think is crazy because her album is very much being successful, still being streamed. I mean, we talked before about how the performance that she recently did, you know, the crowd was so into it. Yeah, and what I'm trying to get at is many people are viewing this as discrimination, you know, racism and sexism in the industry. And so what my question is how do you feel that these issues can be rectified, and have you had any experiences of racism and sexism in the music industry?
I mean, it's really unfortunate, right, in this industry. I feel like that happens to a lot of women in the industry. Like, that's not even, you know what I mean? Like, I heard about the SZA thing. I didn't know about the Summer Walker. Like, lack of funds? That's crazy to me. Yeah. It's something going on behind that it's like they have no control. Right. You know what I mean? The only thing they have control of is, like, what they put in their music, which is very, very unfortunate. Because I feel like, as a woman, when you're going into an industry that's run by men, they think that you don't know, right? And they try to control you, and they think that you're not aware, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that happens to a lot of women in the industry. There's another artist I like. Her name is Taishi.
I've heard of that artist. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes.
She was going on like a tweet rampage because her label was not letting her put out her album. They took it down. She put it out and they took it down from streaming services. And she made no money. As an artist, like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? Right. I haven't gone through anything, you know, terrible. I work with, it's all men. Never worked with another woman. Oh, really? I do feel uncomfortable sometimes when it's with people I don't know. Right. I've had someone tell me that I'm like marketable, exotic, you know. They try to sell you you're exotic, you're marketable, don't cut your hair, like whatever the hell, you know what I mean? I had someone tell me that once, and I was like, what the fuck? You know? And he was trying to like, let me not, but they were trying to like tell me like, don't put music out yet, like I'm gonna help you, like trying to sell me a dream basically, and I'm like, I'm good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've learned that you really have to build that discernment when you're going after big things and people are around you and they're witnessing that, because a lot of energies will be coming at you saying that they want to help you, saying
Yes.
all these things, but really they are trying to steal your essence. So
Yeah.
you got to protect your heart, protect your spirit in this industry. Definitely.
No word. No, for real. And honestly, I think now that I'm like kind of stepping into it more, and even in San Jose where I'm from, which I didn't even know there was a music scene in San Jose, right? It's definitely weird. It's just weird. It's a weird thing to be in. Because, you know, some people that you don't know will just have straight animosity towards you because they see what you're doing and they want to do that. You know what I mean? Or their shit's not popping off. Sorry, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Or their, you know, their music isn't popping off. They're not having people support them like people are supporting you, or you know what I mean? It's really, really weird. And it's definitely a battle. Like, it's like survival of the fittest in this, you know?
And it's sad, you know? Like, you would think that the people from where you're from would support you. But it almost seems like people from the other side of the world will support you before people know you.
That's something that we talk about all the time with my friends. Like, we're like, how is it that, like, our friends won't pull up to the show, but, like, random people that we don't even know will pull up to our show and like, be like, you're so good, like, I love your music. It's crazy and I appreciate it, you know what I mean? But it kind of, I'm like, damn, like,
it does hurt.
It hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts a little bit, but it's all good, you know. We say pretty soon they're gonna have to be paying for a ticket. So.
Yo, no, for real. And I think when it comes to putting yourself out there in this way, you know, especially artistically, that's when you really see who's in your corner.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a lot of like feeling like people don't believe in you, or you know what I mean, or like people look at you like a joke, like they think it's a joke because of how many other people are trying to do it, you know what I mean? But like, it just depends like how serious you take it and where you want to take it, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of people doing it, but where do you stand out, you know what I mean? Like, what makes you different? Like, why should I stream you instead of you? That's how I see it.
And so what would you say makes you different?
Well, I would say what makes me different. That's a good question. I mean, honestly, I think, not to like compare or whatever, but out of San Jose, I don't really see any other girls like doing music, right? I really feel like whenever I'm pulling up to shows or like doing shows, and this is me talking in terms of Frvr, me, Aldin, and Brevin, no one else is really doing that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, two guys and a girl. You know what I mean? Like a trio type of thing.
Yeah, like a Black Eyed Peas.
Like like a Black Eyed Peas, Fugees type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really seen that come out of the city or anywhere. And I think what makes me different personally is like, I'm a woman of color, you know, just trying to do it. And I'm trying to expand my, my genre. I'm not trying to stick to one genre. You know what I mean? Oh, and like, shit, not to like toot my own horn, but like, I produce, I engineer, I went to school for it, you know what I mean? So I have the knowledge and capacity
to do it all on your own, essentially.
To do it on my own, essentially. Yeah.
And I foresee that for you in the future.
Yes,
you know,
thank you.
Probably by the time this is out. You know? Have you dropped any music that you've produced just yet?
No, I have not. I was going to last year. I produced like a little like reggaeton song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I got cold feet. I don't know. It was something in it that like, you know, I hold myself to a high standard when it comes to like my own music, and like if I don't like it, I'm not gonna put it out. You know what I mean?
It's understandable. I know a lot of artists are that way. Like, what comes to mind is Kali Uchis. Like, that's an artist that I've been into forever, and she's known to just randomly delete her music. Like, it's just gone. Like,
like, that's how it is. Like, you'll just be scrolling. She probably scrolling through her SoundCloud ones, listens to it, and I don't like this. Let me delete it.
Right.
Like, and it's gone. It's gone.
Just white. Just, you know what I mean? So,
that's so funny.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's your art, so you gotta do with it what you will. Back to the subject of San Jose, I feel like for people who are not from the area, at least in my opinion, not much is known of San Jose besides, you know, the college and the Sharks, and I'm sure, you know, they swang down there. But as somebody who's from San Jose, can you let us know just about the culture and the experience of growing up there?
Yeah. San Jose is a great city. I love San Jose. You know what I mean? That's home to me. there's a lot of diversity in San Jose, you know what I mean? I grew up kind of like on the side where it was a lot of, you know, like Asians and Latinos. That's a big population there. And then later on I moved to the side where it was more like whites and Latinos still, but it's definitely different, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of divided, not like completely divided, but like you'll know when you turn a corner and you see like houses, like $1 million homes, and then you turn the other corner and you see like a street full of apartments. You know, that's kind of like what it's like. But it's fun, you know. There's malls. I don't know. There's malls. There's the Winchester Mystery House. I don't know if you know what that is.
I've heard of that, but I've never been. But
it's pretty cool.
Back to the subject of, you know, just the city itself.
Yeah.
I was doing some research, and recently there was a house that's off of the Jackson Avenue exit of the freeway. This house has gotten crashed into 23 times. This one house.
Oh my God! Wait.
Yeah,
what?
And so a study by the San Jose Spotlight, they found that 70% of all traffic, automobile-related deaths happen on the side of town that this house is on, and it's on the east side.
Okay, on the east side, yeah.
What can you say about the disparities between the east and the other sides of San Jose?
Yeah. Well, I would say the east is more like the low-income area of San Jose, the east. And then the west, where I moved to like later on, is definitely the more like upscale side of the city. There's definitely disparities, like very clearly. You can see that as soon as you cross the freeway. You know what I mean? And even even on the street where I'm from, or where I moved to on the west, they're like gentrifying it. They're getting rid of like these small shops and building like these. They got rid of low income apartments down the street from where I live and put luxury apartments. Yeah.
And do you guys have like a homeless issue out there?
Yeah. There's a lot of homeless encampments. There was a homeless encampment by where I live, and they completely like kicked them out and gated the area off where they were.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Wow. Because the west side they're trying to be upscale, they're kicking all the homeless out. Like there was more homeless when I first moved there, like, you know, standing on the corner of the street, but now it's kind of like they're gone.
Well, where are they kicking them to exactly?
They're kicking them to there's a lot in downtown. There's a lot of homeless in downtown. They're probably kicking them to the other side of the city. They're building a lot of homes for homeless people, like apartments for homeless people, but a lot of the times it's like they would rather be on the street. You know what I mean? So they're building all these homes, but they would like rather be on the street. You know? And
I know that you have experience with, you know, houselessness and homeless people going to San Francisco State.
Yes.
And I know that you are a recent alumni.
Yes.
So congratulations
SFSU alumni.
on that.
Woo. Thank you.
By the way, class of 2022.
Yeah.
So how was the experience going to San Francisco for school, and how do you feel like that aided in your growth?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I was scared at first.
Really?
I was definitely really scared. I didn't want to move. No.
You didn't want to leave?
I didn't want to leave San Jose. Yeah, can you imagine?
That's crazy. What did you want to do?
I wanted to like commute or something. I don't know. But my aunt and my mom were like, no, you're leaving. You're going. Like they gave me that push that you need, as one does when they're growing up. But I'm really glad they did, because moving to San Francisco was like probably such a fundamental part of like who I am now. And I'm sure like anybody can say that, you know what I mean?
I definitely agree. I can't even image myself if I didn't leave town. But especially just like, even if I didn't go to San Francisco specifically, I can't really imagine the type of person I would be, you know?
Yeah, I always loved San Francisco. Like I always loved big cities growing up. So it was kind of funny how like I found myself here and like lived here and like fully experienced the city and like all its like culture and like everything there is to do here, and meet the people, and you know what I mean, like get to know my way around the city. It was definitely part of my growth. I think it expanded like my tastes and my ideas, like my ideologies, my beliefs. it definitely made me more open-minded, just being at the school and like meeting people, like meeting different, like meeting you, for example. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
like you're a dope person.
And so are you.
Thank you.
Reflections.
You.
We're gonna come together.
Yeah,
regardless.
but I'm just very grateful for the experience. Like I would not change it for anything. No matter what I went through, you know, the hardships, whatever. Like it definitely shaped me to be like who I am today. It's crazy to reflect.
Right,
you
right.
know?
And it's needed, you know, when you have those quiet moments to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
On that note, what is your method for when, you know, times are hard and you need to decompress, when you need to pour into your own mental health?
Yeah. Well, I mean, music, honestly. I think when I feel like overwhelmed or, you know, just sad or like not motivated at all, I kind of just like to sit and just listen to music. Like just listen to music or write. That's definitely like, as much as like I love singing, it's also very therapeutic for me. So like when I'm going through a situation, like I love to write it. You know what I mean? Because I'm very bad with speaking words wise, like about how I feel, but like I could write it in a song and like say exactly like what I want to say just in a song.
And so songwriting has helped you find your voice in general.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Oh, definitely. And sometimes it helps me realize things too. Like it helps me have, what is it, like revelations,
like euphoria.
Yeah, like I'm like
epiphanies.
Euphoria. Euphoria.
Right. I think I was the most off. But, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that and just, you know, kind of like staying to myself
a lot. You would say you're more of a loner?
You
can say it like that.
Oh, my bag. I mean, I'm sorry, that was funny. I mean, sometimes I feel like it, yeah. I sometimes feel like it because, you know, and this is what I've been feeling lately too. Like, I'll be honest, I've been feeling like I'm alone lately. I'm around all these people, but like I feel like no one really knows like what I really feel, because I feel like being around a lot of people that you know are not your like close friends or you know what I mean, it's kind of energy draining, honestly. And it's like, why am I around these people if they don't like give a fuck about who I am or what I'm going through? You know what I mean?
I 100%.
A lot of people go through that, and it's just like you kind of got to preserve your energy and your social battery because it runs out like that. It's been running out really quickly for me lately.
No, I feel it. I think that a lot of people's social battery in general is a lot less because of, you know, the quarantines and just being away from people in general, you know?
Oh, dude. I was going through epiphanies during that quarantine.
Really? So what came to you?
Just like learning to let things go. I think it was a really weird experience just sitting at home with yourself. You know what I mean? And I just learned to let things go and like accept things for what they are sometimes, because I have a really hard time with change.
I totally feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have a really hard time with letting situations go as well. But like during that quarantine, I don't know what it was, but I just like, it's almost like it was like a one day I woke up and was just like, sometimes you just gotta let things go and move on for your own mental sake. You know what I mean?
You think it just happened overnight? Like you just felt one day? Or
I don't know. It was just like a very interesting experience, just like reading about like, oh my God, we're in a pandemic. Like all these people are dying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you tripping over what he said, what she said? You know, that type of thing, I think.
Right.
Like there are way greater matters to worry about.
Exactly. I feel like it's definitely a situation that makes you feel small. I mean, for me, that was more in a negative way, but from what you're saying, I feel like you use that as a way to not focus so much on the negativity.
Yeah, exactly. I would say, yeah. So I try to just preserve my energy, honestly, and like not give so much of myself to people that don't need it or deserve it.
Yes, and that has been a theme for me too. You know, there are definitely demons on this earth. There are terrible people who will literally try to ruin you and take you down only because of the light that you have.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah. So I read like a really good tweet the other day. It was basically saying like people are what was the tweet? It was something about like, don't feel bad about yourself because of how people treat you when they're just like they don't accept themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're reflecting who they are, and they're like taking it out on you when it's not your fault.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
yes, and I think that aligns with a message that I've been getting a lot lately. Is that a lot of times people do shiesty things and they're taken out of your life because they simply are not at your level. And it's not even to be like on a conceited type of way. I'm just saying the vibration that they are on does not.
Yeah, it's not on your level.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And all they're going to do is continue to drag you down. So that's when the universe or God, you know, it separates you. And I think another thing is balance for me. Like balance is key because I am definitely somebody who I need my solitude. I like to be to myself. Yeah. But solitude can easily turn into isolation. Yeah. And so that's why I have to have balance. I have to go out into the world, not overextending myself, but giving attention and giving love to the people who genuinely love me. You know what I mean? Not even just on like a relationship thing. I'm just saying people. You know what I mean? Like we all have people who love and care about us, hopefully genuinely. Yeah. And so, just finding that balance. And I'm still working on it. But
yeah, I feel you. I think that's something I need to work on too. Finding a balance between like solitude and like it not being isolation.
Right. And it looks different for everyone. I mean, especially being a creative, I know that I'll like to just bury myself in my room and just be editing, just doing my little art moves and stuff. And I'll just feel like I don't want to like go out and be around people because I want to use all this time to get it done. But that's how you get burnt out, you know? Yes. And what I've been learning is being productive is not so much about just getting as many things done as you possibly can with your time. Yeah. It's about using your time effectively. And so
time
exactly management. By spacing things out, by having that balance, you don't overextend yourself. Right. And you're able to live life fully. Because my other problem that I have, sorry, I'm just talking about all my problems.
No worries.
I'll definitely go into modes where I'm just like going out, I'm partying, I'm spending time with friends, but I'm putting off the stuff that I know I need to do.
Oh, I do that too. Don't worry.
So, but I think with that, I've just been learning is like have that balance. And once you make that decision for what you're doing, like that's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's no sense in being in the house doing your work but you really wish you were going out, or going out but you wish that you were at home doing the stuff. Like there'll be time for both, and you just gotta live in the moment and enjoy it, and just not judge yourself so harshly. Like it's definitely so easy to,
it is.
And we are back. So at the most recent Dreamville Fest, Kehlani was asked what her dream lineup would be for an all Bay Area festival. And her lineup, it included Larry June, Twee, and Rihanna J. Now, although some people supported her choices, many felt that it left out key players in the Bay Area, such as Rex Life Raj, Jay Stalin, and Kamaya. Now, my question is, not only how do you feel about her lineup, but if you were to curate your own Bay Area festival, what would the lineup be?
Yeah. Well, Kehlani's lineup, honestly, I'm not too familiar with the people she said.
Yeah. Let me see. Brianna J.
I don't know. I've never...
That's like an R&B artist from like the UK. Well, no, she's not from the UK. She must be from like Oakland, I think.
Well, yeah, because it's a Bay Area.
The name is definitely super familiar.
Brianna J. I should look her up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could make my own, just Bay Area artist, right?
I don't think it has to be all Bay Area artists, but I think that some should be included. But it's your festival. So whatever you want to do.
I would have, if we're talking Bay Area, the people from Bay Area, I would have like definitely like Too Short.
Okay.
E40. Yes. You gotta, you just have to. It's like automatically. I would have like, I'll probably have Kehlani as well. I'm a Kehlani fan. I'm gonna throw a random like Travis Scott.
Travis Scott at your Bay Area festival?
Is that bad?
Yeah, Astro World. You trying to what?
No. Okay. Let me take it back. I like his music. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me take it back.
He makes good music, but I think it's a little soon. Like,
anyway, okay, not Travis Scott. Never mind. Who did I say? E40, Too Short. I said Kehlani. I would have. Who else from out here from the Bay Area that?
I mean, your group, of course, right?
Oh yeah, we'd be headlining.
Definitely.
All 3 days. All 3 days forever.
Yes.
Frvr Records.
You guys see, I mean, for the group, but also just for you specifically, do you see choreo in the future, background dancers?
Man, I would love to do choreo.
SZA and Kali Uchis both had dancers when I saw them recently at Outsiders, and I was shocked. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting all this.
Yeah. I would love choreo or backup dancers. I feel like it amplifies the performance and just, it's like a show. What I'm trying to like learn is that it's a show at the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's a performance.
It's a
like
production.
it's a production, exactly. Like it comes down to everything. You know what I mean? Like the lighting, the speakers, the freaking fog machines. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we'll get there though.
Right. So my next question is, what advice do you have for our viewers and our listeners out there who are also aspiring artists? Yeah, what advice do you have?
Advice? Man, I would say like don't be afraid to like do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like if you want to make music that like is not popular in your area, just make the music. You know what I mean? Make the music, drop it. Like it's gonna find the people it needs to find. I would say don't be standoffish as well, and don't be so quick to like shut collaborations down. Cause and just one more, don't be so like ego filled that it stops you from collaborating and it stops you from growing and expanding, because I feel like there's some people that make music that, you know, they're on their Kanye mode, which is like, you know, to each their own. Like you should be like that, but to a certain extent, you know what I mean? Like don't stump yourself because you think you're too good to like work with somebody. You know what I mean? Like everyone is out here just trying to like find their way through this crazy, wild, aimless industry. You know what I mean? So don't be rude. Be like, stay grounded. Remain humble and stay grounded. Yeah, yes, honestly.
Yes. Don't ever think that you're above somebody.
Exactly. Yeah. And what did I say? Yeah. Don't be afraid to like make what you want to make, I would say. And don't stop. Just keep going. Drop that song that you want to drop. You know what I mean? I should take my own advice. But drop that song and be creative with it. Like, don't be afraid to be different. That's my thing. Like, don't be afraid to, like, be who you are.
You gotta set the wave. You know?
Set the wave.
Set the wave.
People are gonna follow you. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna follow you if you are just being who you are.
Right, and there are people out there that you will inspire purely just based off of you being who you are.
Exactly.
Even though it might not seem popular in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like, think about all the artists that we mentioned, all the people that, you know, you look up to. They had to put themselves out there. They had to dare to be different.
Exactly.
So that's what you gotta do.
Exactly. Like, they used to laugh at Lady Gaga. Look at her now.
They used to laugh at Nicki. They used to laugh
at they used to laugh at all of
SZA.
them. That's what I'm saying. Like, no one can ever see, like, your full potential. You know what I mean? No one's ever going to see it. So just do what you want to do. You know? And
I would add to that, the only true failure is giving up on your dreams. You know what I mean? You're going to go through ups and downs. You're going to go through setbacks. But the only true failure is when you give up. When you completely give up, and you're gonna regret it. Because you're going to be left with the what ifs. That's my greatest fear. Like, just being left with, like, a what if I did that? What if I didn't do that? You know what I mean? Like, what if? Because you never know unless you try. Exactly. And even if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. And one day, right, we're going to be old looking at pictures of ourselves. Like, dang, I was so good looking. I was young. But I didn't put myself out there. I didn't do these things that I always wanted to do because I thought I had all these issues. But really, it's like, you gotta push past the fear, push past the self-doubt. Like, do it even though you're afraid. You know, it's muscle memory. Exactly. Just do it. Sorry to interrupt, but did you have fear or anything initially when you were putting yourself out there? Were you nervous singing for the first time? I mean, I know you were on this live. Oh, on the live, it was weird because I was nervous, but like I wanted to do it so bad. I just wanted to do it, and it was during the quarantine. I had written that song like in 2019, and then the quarantine happened, so that was in 2020 when I was on her live. It was like a year later, and I just did it. It was kind of weird, like I didn't really think about it too much. I was kind of like,
man, let me just sing this song. Like, I know she's gonna mess with it.
I feel like when you have something in your soul, in your spirit, you can only try and, well, not try, but you can only stifle that for so long. Like, it's just bursting out of you.
Very true, very true. Because I was always, like, really shy with it, like, with singing.
Really?
I grew up, like, I used to sing growing up, but for some reason, I would always, like, hold back and, like, you know, I just wouldn't really, like, embrace it. Because I felt like if I tell people, oh, yeah, I sing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't want to seem, like, full of myself. You know? That's
something that I'm also having to get over is, like, the fear of appearing like you are condescending or that you're full of yourself, like you said. Like, I think that's false. I think a lot of times that just comes from people who are hating, who are just trying to project that onto you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think it's very important to recognize your strengths and to be proud of them. You know what I mean? And when I say show them off, it's not like show them off as a means of, you know, putting yourself above people. But it's like, you have these gifts, so use them. And, you know, there's going to be naysayers. There's going to be people who say things out of jealousy and out of the pain that they're going through. So, and a big thing for me is, like, recognizing that there are people who are going to be jealous of you just purely because you are putting yourself out there, because you're being yourself, because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you are somebody who is not full of yourself, you know, when you're somebody who is humble, I think that at times it can be hard to even think that people are jealous. You get what I'm saying? But you gotta have that sense, you know, because
that's what I mean. Like, going back to what I said earlier about the animosity. It's like animosity from people I've never even met, you know, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. But I'm just like, comments? Not in the comments, but there was like a specific situation where it was like a weird message, and it was just kind of weird because we had never even met them. So, but it is what it is, you know. Like,
when you're the main character.
Main character problem. Nah.
But yeah, yo, thank you so much for coming and sitting down with me today. Do you have any last words of advice, anything you want to bring awareness to?
Right. Any last words? Let me see. Just, like, thank you to everybody who's been supporting. Thank you for having me on here as, like, an artist, you know. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it, because in a way this was therapeutic for me. And like, it helped me, you know what I mean?
You're gonna make me get emotional.
No, I swear to God, like, I was just thinking about that. I was like, this actually, like, was really helpful.
Well, thank you. This is my first time interviewing somebody in my own space, and it's just been a whole whirlwind.
I love it. No, vibes are here. Like, I walked in here and I immediately just felt calm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
And I really appreciate you. And I just wanted to say that you and just how much you have grown and just how you are building your platform and just putting yourself out there, like, it's very inspiring to me, because I know the type of person you are. Like, I know you're hella chill. Like, you're very down to earth. You're just a good person, just a very genuine, kind soul. And so
thank you.
It inspires me to see you. I don't want to say you didn't have confidence. I'm sure you always had confidence, but just that confidence in your art and your craft and just pushing that, because it's very relatable. People are gonna hate on you from their little small towns, and you got big dreams. So
exactly, thank you. But thank you to everyone who's been supporting the music thus far. Shout out Frvr Records. If you guys have Spotify or any streaming platforms, Frvr Records Summer's Not Over EP is out now everywhere. My single Been a Minute, it's still out there. I'm gonna be putting some new stuff out probably November-ish. Okay. I want to start dropping some stuff. I got a lot of stuff in the vault.
Visual album?
Maybe. I'm like, I didn't even, you might have just given me an idea. But yeah, shout out Neosouled.
Thank you. And where can they find you online?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram. I have a Twitter too. I'm not really on there, but Instagram or YouTube, at Vanessa Vindell. So that's everything. Spotify, Vanessa Vindell.
Word, Vanessa Vindell. Well, thank you so much for coming, and thank you guys out there for watching and listening. This has been another episode of Neosouled Radio with your host, Kyrie Nashim, aka Neosouled. And yeah, peace out.
That was so good. That was so good.
You did so good.
Dude, thank you. Honestly, you're a really good interviewer, to be honest.
Oh my God.